la rima de amor. Y en tus ojeras se ven las palmeras borrachas de sol, de sol, de sol.
I liked it. Very good evening to Sean and Lorraine, who are possibly in the new Cara, and Gillian and Robert Gregory, who've been taking their 31-year-old new camper out, which is great. Lisa, we're recovering from COVID, so we'll remain seated for skating tonight. But don't let that fool you into thinking we'll be low-key. This is Hannah, Chris and Wilf the dog of Warwickshire. Wilf! Oh, I miss calling that. We're going to be wearing cat suits in lime green, sequined lycra. Yeah, I like it. And we're going to be sat fully reclined on matching armchairs, upholstered in heavily floral pattern. Give us a spin when you pass. That's an open invite to all skaters. Give us a spin.
Labrador, big fat Labrador, fatty, 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 fat, fat Labrador, fat Labrador, crashing through the floor, fatty, 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 fat, fat Labrador, fat Labrador, going off to war, have you been mistaken for the tanks, fat Labrador, settle in the score, fat Labrador.
This is BBC Radio 2. We're all G'd up like a cheese box.
BBC News at 7 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. The MP, Chris Pincher, who was suspended from the Conservative Party after it was claimed he groped two men, has said he's getting professional medical support. Mr Pincher resigned from his role as the Tories' Deputy Chief Whip earlier this week. He said he would cooperate fully with a parliamentary inquiry and that he hoped to return to his duties as the MP for Tamworth as soon as possible. People are being told to expect more flight cancellations over the next few days as airlines struggle to cope with passenger numbers after the pandemic. Companies want to make use of a measure which allows them to axe flights from their summer schedule before Friday without being penalised. Meanwhile, two unions representing Ryanair cabin crew in Spain have announced plans for more strikes this month in a row about working conditions. Paul Charles is a travel industry consultant.
What you're going to see over the next few days are thousands of flight cancellations by British Airways and others because they have a window in which they can effectively hand back the slots. They also want to give consumers more than 14 days notice of any cancellation, because if they give more than 2 weeks notice, it means they won't have to pay compensation.
The family of Zara Alina, who was killed as she walked home from a night out in London, have thanked the hundreds of people who took part in a vigil. Roads were closed in Ilford earlier to allow the crowd to walk the 10-minute journey from the scene of the attack to her home. A 29-year-old man has been charged with her murder. Aisha Buksh was at the vigil.
Hundreds of people joined the family of Zara Alina in East London and walked with them in silence. One mother I spoke to said she had brought her sons to try to educate them that violence against women and girls was not acceptable. Zara Alina's family say they don't want her life to be defined by her death. Instead, they want her to be remembered as a strong and fearless woman.
Thousands of people have lined the streets of central London for the 50th anniversary of the UK's first Pride Parade. The march was also the first of its kind in the city since the pandemic began. Luke Dowding is the executive director of One Body, One Faith, a charity which supports Christians in the LGBT community.
I've seen huge changes in the societal acceptance, being able to walk down the street in cities like London as my out self, but still acknowledging that actually there's still work that needs to be done. Hate crime is on the rise, and the LGBT plus people are not feeling safe. So visibility at events like Pride is super important.
Tennis, and the women's world number one, Iga Swiatek, has had her 37-match winning streak broken as she was knocked out of Wimbledon in the third round. She was beaten by the French player Elise Cornet. And the weather, much of the UK will see patchy cloud and showers tonight, turning drier for the rest of England with some light rain in the northwest. BBC News, it's 7:03.